In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to store data using Firebase Realtime Database. By the end, you'll know exactly how to load a JSON file into your database using the Firebase console and confirm that your data is in place. We'll work entirely in the browser, so you won't need to write any code for this walkthrough, just a properly formatted JSON file ready to go. Start by opening the Firebase console in your browser and sign in. If you manage multiple projects, choose the one you want to use for this import. Once you're in the project overview, look to the left-hand navigation panel. Find the section labeled Build. This is where Firebase groups most of the developer tools you'll use during development, and it's where the real-time database lives. Click Real-Time Database to open its dashboard. If you're new to Firebase, it's helpful to remember that Real-Time Database is a cloud-hosted NoSQL JSON tree. Everything you store is represented as a nested set of keys and values, so importing a JSON file is a natural way to get structured data in quickly. If you also see Cloud Firestore in the console, note that it's a different database product. For this tutorial, make sure you're in Real-Time Database. Once the Real-Time Database loads, you'll see a few tabs across the top. Click the Data tab. This is the live view of your database where you can browse nodes, inspect keys and values, and make quick edits. If your database is new, the tree might be empty or show only the root. If it already has content, you'll see your existing structure. The exact spot you're viewing matters because imports happen at the selected path, so be mindful of where you plan to place your data. In the Data tab, locate the three-dot menu in the upper right area of the data viewer. This menu gives you quick actions for working with the data. Click it to open the options, then choose Import JSON. This action opens a dialog where you can supply a JSON file. A quick tip here. The import will write data at whatever node you currently have selected in the tree, replacing any keys that collide at that level. If you want to import at the top of your database, make sure the root is selected first. If you want to import into a specific child, select that child before opening the menu. The import dialog lets you drag and drop a file for preview or browse your computer to select one. If you have the file handy, you can drag it right into the window and Firebase will show you the file name so you can verify you picked the right one. If you prefer, click Browse, locate your JSON file, choose it, and then open it. As a best practice, ensure your JSON is valid before importing. It should start with a top-level object, use double quotes for keys and strings, and avoid unsupported characters and keys, like periods or dollar signs. If your file is large, consider importing a subset at a time or targeting a specific node to keep things manageable. After your file is selected, click Import to begin. Firebase will process the file and write the data to your chosen path. Depending on the size of the import and your connection, this may take a moment. If an error appears, it's often due to invalid JSON syntax or a permission issue with your security rules. Verifying the file with a JSON linter and ensuring your rules allow write access for your current user or environment usually resolves this quickly. When the import completes, you'll return to the Data tab and you should see your new data in the tree. Expand nodes to explore nested content, confirm the keys look correct, and spot check a few values to make sure everything landed where you expected. If something looks off, double check the path you imported to in the structure of your JSON file, then repeat the import as needed. That's it. You open the Firebase console, navigated to Real-Time Database, use the Data tab's menu to import a JSON file, and verify the data live. From here, you can reference this data from your apps using the Firebase SDKs or continue modeling your structure directly in the console. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, be sure to keep your JSON organized and validate it before each import to save time and avoid surprises.